All right, we are on site here today, so I'm going to show you guys what we got going on here. So here's the first tree that we're just going to do some light trimming. We're just going to trim some of the low branches up to basically, see if I can show it to you where kind of the idea was that we talked about with the customer, because a lot of this stuff is all dead down below just because it can't get light through here. But this union that goes up right here, basically going to trim all these dead branches down below. Then we're going to do some clearance just over the driveway here so that they can come in without hitting, if they have anything tall. And then the main culprit here is this dead pine here. Again, you can see it's been woodpeckered to death, and then they had a branch fall off, which kind of spurred the whole conversation. We had a pretty big windstorm. Let me come through here. Pretty big windstorm here recently that a lot of tree branches and stuff fell. So she wanted me to clean that up for her, so we'll get that cleaned up for her. I'll show you guys the tree from the other point of view here. So it's kind of in here if you can see it. It's right here at the double-headed monster. So it could come through here into this property if we had to fell it. That's not ideal. I don't want to have to fell it. I don't want to have to crash into that. It's dead, so it's gonna make a huge mess. So probably gonna climb it, but that'll be the last thing on the agenda. First thing we're gonna do is clear up the driveway stuff while Isaiah gets that one branch cleaned up, and then we'll start trimming up that tree. So the last thing we'll leave is the pine. Be right back. Isaiah, do you see anything else that I need to get up to this crotch? I don't think so. Do me a favor, will you grab those 2 throw lines free on that? Yep, it was that kind of day, boys. 2 throw lines stuck. She is soft, boys. She is real soft up here. All right, we're up in the tree. As you can see, woodpecker to death. The wood is super soft. Probably just gonna follow this from here right through here. I'm gonna take a couple more branches off and then we'll follow it, see what we can do. Isaiah, where are you at? I'm gonna cut this top out. I'm gonna send it right through here. Making sure, just make sure no cars come. Okay, yeah. Let's stay clear. Why don't you put that cone out so this one right here, so that nobody can come through. Put 2 cones to block it both ways, and then you stand it the other way. You know what I mean? Put 2 cones like blocking both lanes. Yeah. I'm gonna cut my notch here. So I'm gonna need you to try to clear out the road as best as you can. Isaiah, will you grab my rig rope? If there wasn't that big ass limb right there, I'd push it right through here, but so we go right through here, but there's a big ass limb right there that I can't get out. All right, we got a rope in it. We're just going to use it as a little bit of leverage. We're going to try to follow it right through here. We put some logs by the bush just in case. My goal is to go left of the bush, but we'll see. All right, you ready? Hold on, don't do anything yet. And we can try to pull it. Here she goes. Just as I said, just left of the bush, baby. Look at this punkiness, dude. I guess the center was decent. Gonna put it right over this edge here. Right here. Okay. Okay, hold it for a second. All right, got the trailer tarped over. We are complete. This tree's out, cleaned up. Obviously we're not gonna go crazy on the cleanup just because there's shit everywhere. We cleaned up that one branch that was hanging over, one branch there that was hanging over. We come up here while I'm walking. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Like the video, leave me a comment. This is for you, Veteran Tree Service. Hiya! Yeah, all right, we trimmed that all up. That tree is failing. I couldn't tell while I was looking at it, but we got a split. It's, you know, included bark down there, and every limb was starting to fail. So I'll have to let her know that that's gonna need to be removed. Then we cleared out this here, gave some clearance here. Didn't go crazy, but now this is much more open. The house is safe, and we're out of here. Thanks guys for watching the video. As always, again, hit the like button, leave a comment, and I will try to do my best to respond. We're out of here. We'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah.